What's going on, guys? It's your boy SlayerXtremeTV, and we're back with another Ark Survival Ascended dev kit video. And today I'm going to be showing you how to create your own armor piece, in particular a pair of gloves. And everything I take you through is literally going to be the same thing you do for every single armor piece. The gloves just have an extra step that I would like to go over for you guys. So let's get right into it, and I hope you enjoy. Now, like we like to do, we like to keep things organized because that's, I'm OCD and that's just how I do it. But it's up to y'all how y'all do it. So I created my own folder for gloves. So let's go find ourselves a pair of gloves. We'll come up here to content and we'll search. Let's see, we'll just search gloves, see what pops up. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. All right. So we have, oh, here we go. We'll go with chitin gloves. Why not? So here's the Ingram for chitin gloves. Let's see. We need the BP, the primal item for L chit. You know what? Make this easier. We'll do chitin gloves. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. So here's the Ingram. Here's a primal item. And the rest of what we need, I will just show you along the way so we don't get confused. So we'll go take the Ingram and the primal item BP and create copies. And now let's rename these because we're just going to stick with what we've been doing thus far. And we're just going to name them simple everything, man. Simple. All right. Now let's come into our Ingram and we'll make sure that we can... Oops, we're gonna make it level 1, no Ingram points. We're gonna make it to where we can craft it in our inventory. We can manually unlock it. We're gonna link our primal item BP to our Ingram, so it's all connected. Now keep in mind, if you saw me discuss this in the last video, once you add this new Ingram to your mod data asset, which we can go ahead and do right now, within the dev kit, like I said before, it's having an issue to where when you add new Ingrams to your mod data asset, they're not registering within the plugin editor for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's a setting. If you have any information on that, please let me know in the comments below. But the only way that I know how to fix it to where it registers all your new Ingrams that you've already created for your mod that you've just been busting out left and right is to easily just restart your dev kit. And once you come back into the dev kit, all the Ingrams, once you enter the PIE, will be right there, ready to go, ready to be learned, and you can craft it however you have it set up to be crafted, whether it's in a crafting bench or your inventory. And that's the, so you don't get discouraged or confused on why it's not working and why you can't see the Ingram. Just restart the dev kit and you should be okay. If it's not there even when you restart the dev kit, then you probably missed a step and you just got to go back and fix it. Now, we've already set up everything. We're going to make sure to delete the Ingram requirement sets because basically this is saying the only way we can learn our simple gloves is if we learn the hide gloves. But because these are our very own, we don't need it. So we can just remove all the elements. Compile and save like always. Now we'll come in and we'll open up the BP for the primal item of our gloves. And first things first, let's go ahead and change the description. So we'll search for the description name and everything. Name it simple gauntlets. Now, like I told, if you saw the video prior to this of us making our own customized tool, you can do the same thing like you did for the tool here, but you have a couple extra things you can go over if you so choose, to where you can make it indestructible if you want, to where it's unbreakable, and you can search up use item durability, and we can make it indestructible just by simply clicking that. And if we search item stats, item stat info is basically what you're looking for. And now you can mess with the armor rating. So initially, because chitin is weak, it normally has 50 as an initial value. We can change that for the armor rating to say be 1,000. the rating value multiplier is basically what's gonna be multiplied as, like, how much is being multiplied when you enter ramshackle and all the other tiers above primitive. So we'll change that to 5. Why not? And then you have the stat modifier scale, which is basically what's being multiplied to the stats as your rating value multiplier kicks in. So it's an extra multiplier to increase the stats that you have on your armor. So we can change this to, we'll change this to 5, and I'll show you what kind of effect it does. And since we're not using the durability for this specific video, we don't need anything to worry about for durability. Now, you can change the weight of the item if you want to, which I don't think you really need to. It doesn't really matter. But here for your hypothermal and hyperthermal insulation, that's basically cold and heat resistance. You know, you can change it what you will. This is going to be -5 heat resistance, and this is going to be +7 cold resistance. I haven't really messed with it, but I normally don't. For me specific, it doesn't really matter, because if you're playing modded, normally the stats for your fortitude on your character are skyrocketing because no one likes being hot or cold with their character. So normally that's not an issue. But if you know what hypothermal insulation and hyperthermal insulation is, you can play around with those and test those out to see what kind of balance you can want to bring to the table. But for this video, we're not going to worry about it. Now we've already changed the descriptive name. We've changed our item stuff. Let's change our crafting resources. We're gonna make this. We're gonna make it one. We'll make it 1 wood, even though it's chitin armor. We'll just make it 1 wood for now, because we're not really. It's just for the video. We're making it in our inventory, so we don't need it. We don't need a inventory component for any specific inventories. And that's it. And that's it for now. So that's the basics of making the blueprint, right? But there's still one key thing you need to remember. This is armor. So you need, if you want to change the design or the color or even the skeletal mesh itself of how the gloves look, in the search bar, just type in mesh. Okay. What that's going to do is it's going to pop up 2 different meshes in 2 different areas. You have the male and you have the female. Now, you can do this if you want to. This is totally on you, but I'll show you for the video. You're going to want every single mesh. If you are going to change something, you're going to want all the meshes that are referenced right here when you typed in mesh in the search bar. So we're going to take these. This is the male gloves. So we're just going to do this. We're going to rename it, and we're just going to type male at the end. Then but because I told you, like I told you before, as for gloves, there's 2 different additional things you need to get. So you have the regular 3rd person gloves, which means if you change this, this will only affect the gloves when you're in 3rd person. And since in 1st person, all you see are the gloves in front of you, your hands in front of you, you want to also get the 1st person view mesh for the gloves as well. And so all in all, you're going to be getting 4 different skeletal meshes, 2 for the female and 2 for male. Now it already had male at the beginning, but I just added it again just to rename it basically. So we'll go ahead, since we got this one, we'll link our 3rd person mesh to where we got it from. We'll link our 1st person mesh, and now we'll repeat the same process for the female view of gloves, and we will rename everything like we've done. And if you make it easier when you name it, go ahead and connect it into your primal item BP, so you don't get confused and lost on anything, because it makes it, to me, it makes it a lot easier to go, like, as you are making something new, whether it's a mesh, whether it's a damage type, whether it's a buff, you can go ahead, once you rename it and everything like that, go ahead and connect it to that specific location, just in case you may forget. Now, once we do that, we're done. Now, if you really wanted to get truly customized with this, and I'll do it. All you would have to do is, now that all 4 of these specific meshes are linked, hello, open up, there it goes. Now we can change, you can do one of 2 things, because these are, remember, these are skeletal meshes, okay? So similar to dinos, they're connected to a skeleton. Now what you could do is, if you had the knowledge, you could replace the skeletal mesh with your very own customized one that either you created yourself on Blender or wherever you model, or if you purchase assets from the Epic Store, or if you got the assets from the Epic Store for free, or you paid somebody to create it yourself. Either way, you could always change these to look however you want. Okay. From what I know, but because, you know, I'm broke and I am limited on what I have available to me, I am going to we're going to use the assets that are already within the dev kit. And one of the ones I really like is, I'll show you, if I search tech and I just scroll down, what I'm looking for is right here. Tech_pad is basically, these are the ones that I love. Like, they look so cool. So tech_pad, it has a cool effect. So if we click that's how the gloves are going to look, right? So we'll go ahead and save it, and then we can come into every single mesh. We'll click it. We'll find the same material that we just used on the previous meshes. Okay, and we'll save them. And because they're already linked within our primal BP, we have nothing to worry about, because that means once we get into here, and of course we already made sure in the beginning that our simple gloves were already connected to the mod data asset. So we'll go ahead and come in here, and we already know, based on what you guys might have seen and how I described it in the beginning, that the Ingram itself is not going to be here, right? So let's do simple. As you can see, these are the only simple anything, right? It's not what we want. We got our simple binge, but we already know it's a little bug. So all you really got to do, make sure it's testing, make sure it's working, is just spawn it in yourself. And we'll go ahead and spawn it in. And see, here we go. Look, 1,000. And as you can see, you have +7 cold, -5 heat. Now what we can do is, I can show you what happens. So we're going to take, if you go in to when you open up the control panel, whether it's whether you hit tab or the little tiny dash button next to the one, I don't know what it's called, and you open it up. There it goes. Hold on. I gotta get out of that. All right, so we'll go ahead and open it up, and if you just hit up on the arrow, it will show you the spawn code that was used within the dev kit, of course. So we'll go ahead and change the middle number. We'll change it to 5, and boom. Now in our inventory, we have a journeyman, and look at that armor rating. That's because we put a 5 multiplier for the modified stats, and the other, what was it called? My brain is not working. What was it called? Right here. So what you see of the values is the rating value multiplier and the stat modifier scale. That's why we got this crazy number after only putting the only thing we changed was literally the armor rating to 1,000. That's what made it to be that OP, right? Now to ensure that, that's just me showing you that, hey, all the stat stuff worked, you're good to go. Now let's check out to make sure our meshes are there, right? So we'll go ahead and take this gloves and put it on. As you can see, here's first person. Look at the mesh. Isn't that freaking cool? And then if we come out to third person, we'll come into K mode. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Those would be some pretty cool piece of gear, right? Now, of course, I don't know how to do this. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I know we can always add buffs to the equipment. Buff to give owner when equipped is basically what it would be, or buff to give owner character. I don't know which one it would be, but there's a way to put buffs onto armor. And if I'm not mistaken, one of the best ways to probably do it is if we come up here, and you can do this for other blueprints. to where right here you always see open full blueprint editor. If we click that, you're basically opening it up to where you can start, if you know how, or if you have somebody teaching you, you can insert your own graph in whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. You can customize the piece of armor, or even a tool, or even a dino, or whatever, or structure. With graphing, it can make your new customized modded thing 10 times better and more unique to your specific mod. I don't know how to do that personally. When I learn how to do it, I will definitely come and show you guys. But besides that, guys, that's all I got. Now you know how to make a piece of armor. Literally, for any other piece of armor, of course, you're always gonna have your Ingram entry and your primal item BP. And all you're going to have for the other pieces of armor is going to be the female and male versions of the third person mesh. The gloves are the only ones that you will utilize all 4 meshes, because gloves are the only thing you see in first person and in third person. So keep that in mind when you're creating new meshes for either like assets that you're bringing over into the dev kit, or if you're just reutilizing vanilla assets. Okay, besides that, guys, I hope this helped you with whatever you may be working on, with information you may not have known. And I really hope you're enjoying the videos and enjoying the content that I'm trying to give to you guys, because I want to be able to help new modders come into the world of modding for Ark Survival Ascended or Ark Survival Evolved, depending on which one you're doing, and teach you guys and help you learn what I've already either been taught or what I've learned over the time of working with this stuff. And yeah, besides that, guys, I love y'all. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, come join the Discord. If you're a dev, let me know if you join the Discord community, and I'll give you the role for all the devs that have already joined the Discord. We all help each other there. Or you can always Google Ark Modding Community, and you can go join over there. Sometimes they'll be willing to help. You just gotta be patient with those guys over there, because everybody over there in that specific community is busy. Or you can reach out within mine if you're a fellow dev, and we will try to help each other out and give out resources the best we can. And if somebody doesn't know something, somebody else may, or we'll at least do the research and try to find it for you. Besides that, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Be on the lookout for some of my streams. I got a new schedule that I will be working on this week. Come by the streams on the weekends. Is on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is what I'm gonna plan to stream these days now. Come by on the weekends, hang out with me and my friends, and hell, you can be a part of the group that plays video games with us together. We're always in the Discord hanging out, or we will communicate through Discord to hang out in video games and in-game chats and stuff like that. Besides that, guys, I'll see you later. Peace.